I cannot hear anything.
Yeah. Sorry. Is it clear now?
Yeah, it is fine.
Okay, great. Okay. So what I was saying is there anything you would like to clarify before we move ahead? Before we proceed further? Okay. So when it comes to the multiple intelligence theory, as I mentioned, Dr. Howard Gardner is a pioneer in this area where he mentions very clearly that we need to be focusing on all the areas, all the development areas of the child. And that's where the success of the child will, kind of help us understand or help the child become successful in life as such, right? Because we as parents kind of tend to focus on just the immediate gratification, I would say, कि ठीक है अभी स्कूल में अच्छा कर रहा है, this is where he is doing well, and how about in life? And that is what is the major we should be focusing more on that, how he or she is going to do well in life, right? And of course there are various activities that we can help them or help them with to develop these aspects, whether it is linguistic. And it is important that we keep our child engaged. It is very important that we keep them engaged, because there is a lot of potential in the child. There is no child who's born dumb or deaf or I would say low in IQ as such. See, there are certain genetic issues in some children, but that doesn't mean that they cannot do anything in life. It is just that we as parents should be able to identify what is it that they're really good at, and how can we help them grow in that area so that they are extremely successful in life, in whatever they do. Now, for example, even the most successful people, they were successful only in that area, but they were suffering or struggling in so many other areas, right? But how were they able to succeed in that area? That is because that particular area was nurtured. It was not subdued, right? So it was not subdued. So what I mean here is, if I am good at, let's say, drawing, ना आई नो कि मुझे ड्राइंग पसंद है, लेकिन कहीं ना कहीं द एनवायरमेंट अराउंड मी, मुझे इतनी पढ़ाई है, इतनी ये है कि आई एम नॉट एबल टू फोकस एंड परस्यू माय हॉबी एंड एनहांस मोर ऑफ माय स्किल्स इन दैट एरिया. सो क्या हो रहा है उसकी वजह से? तो जो मेरी खूबी है वो वहीं दब जाती है, right? And I'm focusing more on the academic part. I may be struggling with maths, I may be struggling with geography or XYZ, but कहीं ना कहीं हम उन चीजों में ज्यादा ध्यान देते हैं. As I said, it is important we encourage our children to do well academically. When I say do well academically, not necessary first, but at least scrape through. We all understand where our child is, what level our child is. So help them to do well in that, at that level, but at the same time also encourage their other skills. That is very crucial, right? Yeah. So now here, this is another important aspect which I wanted to discuss is understanding the learning styles. See, we all come with different learning styles. Now, what we mean by learning style, I am a visual person. And if you notice through my PPT also, you would have realized कि बहुत सारे visuals हैं. Like there are a lot of images and something which catches your attention, right? Similarly, each of us, so I'm a visual person. Just because I'm a visual person, and if my son is, like, say, auditory, and if I show him only images, he wants me to talk, he wants me to express and explain things to him. Do you think he will be able to understand or learn better? Along with the visual, I also need to communicate and express what I want to, or want him to understand through what I'm showing him, right? So it is important that you yourself as a parent understand your own style, and at the same time understand what is your child's style. It's very important. What is your child's style? Now again, here when I say as a parent, I mean also your spouse, because it's important, as I mentioned to you earlier also, both the parents have to understand each other first, and that's when they will understand their child. They will make an effort to understand their child. Just because I am visual, it doesn't mean I should be speaking less, because the other person's need may be different. Now, this is also a very crucial thing even in schooling. What happens in schooling? I mean, now this was something I got to know, or I don't know. I mean, this came to my mind when my son, when he was younger, I mean, probably in the 8th or 9th standard, he just came home and I just asked him how was school. And he just came home and mentioned, it was okay, teacher came, she spoke and she went. So, there was no, I mean, he didn't find it very, very engaging or interesting in the class, because I remember in my schooling days also, there was this textbook, teacher used to come read from the textbook, जहाँ एक दो words difficult होते थे, explain करते थे और चले जाते थे. तो हमारा वो जो learning का जो बोलते हैं ना, interest itself was not too high, at least for me in certain subjects like history and all, I didn't like much because it was so much of theory. But the same thing can be made interesting by the teachers if they make certain efforts, if they understand these styles, VAK, visual, auditory, kinesthetic. Now, I'll just quickly tell you, I mean, I will not read out what is written here. I'll just quickly help you understand. Visual is a person who understands through visual images, and if you show them, they learn faster. Auditory is when you tell them. When they hear, they like more conversations, they like to engage in debates or discussions, and they have a lot of self-talk when they are alone also, right? Maybe even their learning style, I mean, even when they're studying, they may probably speak loudly. I mean, like, they may read loudly, and that is how they learn faster or better. And kinesthetic are people who learn by doing. Now, learn by doing is what? When you are like experiments, science experiments, we read in the book, but at the same time, when we perform it in the lab, it is a different experience altogether, and that stays within us, right? And that's how we understand how this relates to what we have learned, right? So there are people who understand more only through the doing way. Now, how is it going to impact your child's learning style? If you know your child's learning style, now, for example, in schools, if there are 40, 50 kids, definitely, do you think each teacher or a teacher is going to, your child may be visual, somebody else's child may be auditory, third child may be kinesthetic. So it's a blend of different styles. So for a teacher, if she comes to the class, for her, it is important that he or she incorporates all these three styles. So it caters to all of them. And I don't mean कि auditory मतलब वो सिर्फ सुन के ही करेगा, उसका मतलब ये नहीं कि वो देखेगा नहीं या करेगा नहीं. I only mean that kind of style is on the higher end, where it is easier for the child to understand, right? So this learning style is very, very important. Like, first of all, you analyze yourself. What is your style? Are you a visual person? You're auditory or kinesthetic? And as I mentioned, ये तीनों आप में हैं, but कौन सा ज़्यादा है? Which is that which is higher is what you need to understand. The same way you can also observe your child and see कि उसका style क्या है, whether it is visual, auditory or kinesthetic. And if it is the same for both of you, well and good. Similarly, maybe your spouse as well. Understand what his style and how does it differ for all the. See, major communication issues क्यों होते हैं? Because of these. Because of not understanding the styles, the communication styles or the learning styles of each individual. The moment you're able to learn or understand this, the relationships are much smoother, and you will be able to, relate with each other more effectively. Right? तो ये आप एक काम आपको करना ही होगा, because that's when you will be able to build a very strong relationship with your child. Right. So now when I say the process of parenting, see, again, there is no right or wrong, because as I said, हर एक की परवरिश अलग होती है. मेरी परवरिश अलग है, yours will be different. हर एक का culture अलग है. We all come from different backgrounds. So there is no right or wrong. But at the same time, if you understand what is the process, it is easier for you to implement it irrespective of which culture you are in, what is your background, whether single parent hai, working parent hai, at home parent hai, it doesn't matter, right? So understanding the basics is is crucial, and once you understand the basics, it's easier. Of course, ये parenting का जो process है, it is not a 1 hour thing. I mean, like, जो 1 घंटे में हो जाए. But yes, whatever little bit I felt is important, where you can at least begin with the journey. That's where I have incorporated in this. So the basic process, highlights would be inner growth. You yourself grow as a parent, and at the same time, you also ensure that your child is growing. When I say child is growing, how do they think and feel? How do they relate with people? How do they think about themselves? And how is here, this is where the self-esteem plays a major role. How do they relate to other people, and also how do they respect you as a parent? See, there are certain disagreements which you will which will keep happening. You cannot deny that, because that's how the children evolve, right? They test your patience every now and then, and that is why they are children, right? And it is on us parents on how do we manage at that point of time, how do we respond at that point of time. Then coming to the different stages of development, and yes, of course, as I said, how you parent during the child's infancy, the preschool, the preteen or adolescent stages is completely different. You have to understand your child's growth and development at each stage, and you have to be confident enough to raise a confident child, right? And that is where having the communication lines open is extremely important. Another thing is, avoid comparing your children with other children. You may keep note of, now for example, when the child is young, yes, we all understand there are, we kind of do the benchmarking in terms of their developmental milestones. That is important. But at the same time, that doesn't mean you keep comparing your child with other children of his or her age and feel depressed about it and remove that frustration on the child. Because that here it is not the child's fault. It is completely somewhere. It could be something natural, but at the same time, even the parent, what happens is unconsciously you might speak out. कि ये बच्चा कर रहा है, तू क्यों नहीं कर रहा है? इसने इतना लिया, तू क्यों नहीं लेके आया? Right? So ये जो I'm not saying you should not motivate. It is good to have a role model. So you appreciate when your child is kind of appreciating some classmate of his. You also should kind of express your appreciation for your child. Arey, wow, this is good that you observe that this friend of yours is doing well in sports or academics or whatever, So that will help your child also appreciate others for what they are doing good, rather than feeling jealous or feeling incompetent within himself or herself. कि अरे वो कर पा रहा है, मुझसे नहीं हो पा रहा है. And that is where they start lacking confidence. And we as parents, it is our, it's very, very important for us to help them realize that he is also good at something. He or she is also good at something where others may not be good enough. So we need to keep encouraging them. And even if they are not really good at it, we need to help them become, if it's not really important, as I said, history is not something which I was good at, but that doesn't mean I wanted history for all my life, right? I'm not at all, I don't even remember what I learned in history while I was at school. So of course, for the schooling age, I may need it. But beyond that, history is not the world. It is not the end of life for me. Same way, your child will have certain strengths, certain weaknesses. Encourage their strengths and help them grow in their weaknesses, so that it doesn't pull them back and make them feel incompetent of themselves, right? So that is very important, because you should have confidence in yourself as a parent. You should have confidence that I can raise a confident child. That is something which you need to build in yourself. So as I mentioned earlier, every child is unique. They have their own pace and speed of growing. So please avoid comparing them, right? And it's a wonderful journey where you grow together. So just grow, develop each other and discover each other together. It's a wonderful journey. As I said, what I was as a parent when I was, of course, I was a young mother at that point. So at that point, I myself had my own challenges in terms of being impatient and, a different style of parenting. And as I started maturing enough and understanding how things move, and how I should be parenting my child, things changed. So that's when I started enjoying the process of parenting. And of course, as I said, each day is different. So you grow and develop and make an effort. And I'm so happy, as I said, it is good that you all have taken this initiative to learn on how do you become better parents, because there are very few of us who realize it is on us on how do we grow that individual who has come into this world as our responsibility, right? So enjoy this process together. It's a wonderful, wonderful journey. Whether you have your child is 2-year-old or a 20-year-old or a 40-year-old, even when they, they grow older, we like just as us, right? Whatever our age is, we still are children for our parents, right? They still care for us. We are not that dependent on us, obviously, dependent on them as of now. But then, yes, we still are children to them, right? So the idea is growing with each other, discovering each other, giving them the independence when they need, making them independent is very important. But don't make them so independent where they are not able to come back to you for anything, right? That's when they should be able to share. Depending on the age group, that's when you should know where to let go and where to take hold of it, right? So, okay, anything you would like to ask before we proceed? I mean, we are almost done, but anything you would like to specifically ask before we get into the Q&A session? You can unmute yourself. We can have, what I'll do is I'll just quickly finish this. Then I will, I'll stop sharing the screen so that we can see each other. You can switch on the videos if you're comfortable. So these are just a few programs that I conduct on different topics. So basically my area is emotional intelligence, where I help people understand their own emotions, work on themselves. And now actually, as I said, this parenting, this is just a 1-hour session, which I have taken. But I'm working on developing something which is going to be an in-depth parenting, kind of coaching program, right? Which cannot be done definitely in 1 hour. It will require at least 16 to 20 hours is what I'm looking at. But of course, I understand parents are working. They may not have the time. So I'm looking at creating it as an online course. I will be sharing a Google form in the group, in the WhatsApp group, because I need certain pointers from you on what are the areas that you would like me to cover in the program, so that I can work on that and create something which is, I have something in mind, but I would like to get some inputs from you all as well on how would you like me to, what are the aspects of parenting that you would like me to cover. Now, what I have in mind is, something which is more specific to the, the emotions you go through as a parent, because there are times when we are stretched and pulled from all sides, right, from our professional to our personal, not only as our relationship with our child, but our spouse and in-laws, everything gets, plays a major role in that, right? So how do you handle those challenges? How do you tackle yourself better? So these are a few things. And of course, the VAK, which I've just touched upon briefly now, I will be elaborating on that as well, on how do you analyze whether you are a VA or a K, and how do you identify that in your child. So these are just a few things which require in-depth analysis as well. So these are just a few aspects which I wanted to highlight here. So each of these, I mean, whichever model I take, the basic things which get covered, which is there in every aspect of our relationship, whether personal or professional. Right. So these are the online courses which I have already it's already there on my website. Maybe if you are interested, you can have a look at it. This is the relationship challenge. Again, when I say relationship, both personal, professional, all these aspects come into play. Some of the other courses are the abundance challenge, the fitness challenge, the personal excellence challenge, and success optimization formula. So again, these are all different programs which are there. It's again, these are all online pre-recorded courses, which you can have a look at if you are interested. Then book your copy of Feel and Heal. So this is the book which I've written on how emotions are impacting our productivity. So this was mainly from the workforce. Now, the beauty is, even when I was interviewing so many HR professionals in the senior management and CHROs and all that, one thing which stood out is there were many of them who said ki how people handle emotions as adults, it is all majorly linked to their parenting, the way the child has been parented. And that's where, you know, gave me a food for thought. I felt कि अभी बड़ा होने के बाद it becomes a major challenge, you know. Once you are an adult, you already have, you know, the conditioning is already done, right? So that change at that point becomes so difficult. But it is not impossible. It is difficult, but it is not impossible. It is possible if you will, if you want to do it, right? So the idea of parenting also came from there, because even as you know, even in your corporate life, even in whichever organization you are working for, the people that you interact with, and that's where you will be able to kind of understand. I'll just stop sharing. So you will be able to, you may, in case if you're comfortable, you can switch on your videos. You will be able to understand on how the relationship with you share with people, somewhere or the other, it has been influenced by the kind of relationship you have had with your parents, or what has been instilled in you while you were growing up, right? So that is where the parenting journey is very, very crucial, because we are raising individuals. We are raising a life where somewhere or the other he or she would contribute to the society, and I mean, of course, to self as a whole, right? So now it's free for any questions that you would, specific questions that you would want me to answer, and then we can wind up the session.
I would want to start, Chitra.
Yeah, sure, Soumya.
Like when we were kids, we have heard a lot of parents say कि between the two parents, one has to be strict and the other has to be lenient. So how true is it? Like, does this work out?
I'll tell you what happens is, if the child is doing something really wrong, okay, and the strict parent wants to control the child कि गलत किया है. See, I'm not saying कि इतना harsh बन जाओ कि बच्चा एकदम डर जाए या ऐसा कुछ, but it is important that both the parents reinforce the fact that the child has done something wrong. And उस टाइम पे अगर supposing the mother says अरे इसने गलती किया है, and the father says चलता है, एक बार हुआ है, तो फिर क्या होगा? You are sending mixed signals to the child. And when there are signals to the child, the बच्चा get confused. वो थोड़ा ना वो सोचेगा कि मम्मी सही है कि पापा सही है. For the child, it is कि जो easy way out है, where they are able to escape. For them, that is the best part, right? So, as I said, children are extremely smart. They are very, very smart. They know how to do. They know how to manipulate us. They know everything. It is just that we should know where to draw the line. और अगर हम, if that is one of the reasons I always say the parents should sit together and formulate what is okay, what is not okay. And if one parent is saying something, the other parent should keep quiet at that point, rather than argue with the other with the spouse at that point, because that is not the time for arguing. You can share your displeasure afterwards, you know, you both are alone, but not in front of the child, because it sends mixed signals to the child. And the child is confused. Right. Okay, कोई फायदा नहीं है, बच्चा confused हो जाता है. And that is one of the reasons. See, I'm not saying, see, maybe if you have scolded the child, or let's say if I have scolded my child, and I may be wrong, that's perfectly all right. But when I'm scolding my husband, at that time stops me. अरे क्यों ऐसा बोल रही है, बच्चा अच्छा है, ये है, वो है. That's when what happens is the child feels कि मम्मी बेकार में मुझे डांटती रहती है. You get my point. And he will never ever take me seriously. And even if he or she is wrong, they will never ever take me seriously. But at the same time, if I'm scolding the child, and if my husband at least has enough patience to keep quiet at that point, the topic is closed. And then he tells me separately कि, you know, Chitra, I think you scolded him too much, you shouldn't have done this itna. So that helps me realize, because at that time, you know, अगर बच्चे के सामने बोलता है तो क्या होगा, there is a possibility that I may get into a defensive mode. You get my So that is where it's a major I would say a controversial situation, and also confusing situation for the child. Right? So वो एक I would strongly recommend कि the first step would be you sit with your husband and just make out what are some of the things where you both tend to disagree, and एक कॉमन ग्राउंड पे आ जाओ कि अगर ऐसा होता है दिस इज व्हाट वी विल डू, और मे बी यू if you feel कि you are not at that point, you are not able to take control of the situation, tell him that okay, you take control, I will keep quiet at that point. See, because whatever you do is for the welfare of the child. Obviously nobody wants to harm the child, and as both the parents you have the best interest of the child, right? But it is important
Right.
उस situation को एक parent handle करे, the other keeps quiet.
Okay.
And then later on maybe you can speak to the child and say, see, what papa said was right. Never ever kind of degrade your spouse in front of the child. It's very, very harmful. They will lose respect for the parent.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, most welcome. Yes, anybody else? Any other question?
Yes, Chitraji, I have got 2 questions. My first question is about mobile hours which our child are spending in front of throughout the day. Okay, and how do we control them? And then my second question is about like I told you earlier, I had told you about the conditioning which is happening because of the child being very adamant. So do we give away, or do we have to be resistant?
Right. Now see, the first thing when it comes to the mobile part, see, mobile is something which has become a necessity, but again, at what age is what we need to understand. I think your child is just 4 years old. I think you told me, right? 4 or 2.5?
2.5.
2.5, right. So your child is very young, and definitely I would not recommend कि ये इस age में बच्चे को देना चाहिए. The reason being, see, till the age of 7 or 8, your child is in the is at a stage where their brain develops rapidly, and this is the time when you should spend a lot of energy. I mean, I know you need to expend a lot of energy, but उस टाइम पे आप जितना ज्यादा टाइम आपके बच्चे के साथ दे सकते हो, that is the best. मतलब engage them in puzzles or some sort of activities. You play with their child. That is the best thing for their development at this point of time. Maybe mobiles.
But ma'am, if you look at it the other way, if you just look at it on from the other side, my son, he is able to recognize words, alphabet, numbers, and rhymes and everything just because he's been watching things on mobile. So there is a plus side also to it, right? So I may not be able to do that as a rhyme which is able to do it on the mobile, which is able to show him visually and with audio, and he is able to see them also. So don't you think that there is a plus side also?
See, again, as I said, no, for every technology, there is a positive as well as negative. If you are using it, if you are able to control how much time the child is able to use, or there is a limit to that, it is fine. But when the unfortunate thing is, people or other children do not understand that limit, and it crosses the limit. And that is one of the reasons I always tell parents कि जितना हो सके आप yes, Anjani was also mentioned. See, daughter wants mobile while she's having lunch or dinner. See, finally conditioning कौन कर रहा है? हम ही कर रहे हैं ना. हमें लगता है कि हम सही कर रहे हैं. मैं ये नहीं बोल रही हूँ कि हम गलत कर रहे हैं. But at the same time, we look at the positives और हम encourage करते हैं वो चीजों को. Unfortunately, क्या होता है? When it becomes negative, we are not able to control. See, social media, as I said, I know your children are very young again. Oh, okay, we have 10 minutes. ये 10 minutes में जितने questions हो सकते हैं हम लेते हैं. Otherwise, we can connect on 1-to-1. ठीक है? So basic idea is, देखिए अभी क्या हो रहा है कि ये जो मोबाइल का या टीवी का है scenario, children learn, there is no doubt about it, but when they are young it is fine because they are limited to a certain I would say maybe certain programs or channels or more of educational. But जैसे जैसे वो बड़े होते हैं, see, there is for example, probably when I was raising my children at that point when they were young, it was all manual. I mean, I didn't encourage any of these audio visual things. I'm not saying it is bad, but I didn't encourage. I used to sit with them, sing songs for them. या तो audio पे चलता था, visually I would not put. या तो अभी stories भी है, I used to read out stories for them, and we used to have role plays. Role plays, जैसे वो I was telling you about kinesthetic, if you remember. So हम वो story को enact करते थे. So when we used to enact, what is happening here is I am bonding. There is a bonding which happens with the child, and we are able to spend more time with each other. That is one part, and the learning is also at a different level. And वो चीज क्या होता है, as they grow, are they able to stay away from the mobile or TV? That is completely on how you have raised them when they were young. Because when it turns into an addiction, we do not realize. That is where I'm telling parents, you may feel उस टाइम पे हमें सब पॉजिटिव ही दिखता है, which is fair. I'm not saying कि वो गलत है, but ये क्यों उस टाइम पे हम ये नहीं सोचते कि आगे चल के ये कैसे हमें ट्रबल दे सकता है, कैसे तकलीफ दे सकता है. We don't realize at that point कि how it's going to harm us, harm them actually. Because when they are younger, they have less syllabus to cover. School का syllabus कम होता है. They can play for a longer time. They can watch TV for a longer time, whatever it is. But once they start growing up, they are not able to cut down on the TV time. Because they are so used to watching some certain programs or certain whatever, whatever they are used to watching. So that becomes a big challenge. It becomes a need. मतलब एक brain में एक need urge हो जाती है कि I have to see this, I have to listen to this. नहीं तो नींद नहीं आती है. Or they will want to compromise on other things which are important. That is where for us, when the child is young, if we set the right habits, it is much, much easier when they grow up. It is easier to discipline them when they grow up. Or maybe you have a certain time, maybe half an hour, 45 minutes. Beyond that, don't encourage. Because if you keep giving it to them, उनको तो नहीं पता ना, they don't know that it is not right or wrong for them. But जितना ज्यादा हम स्क्रीन टाइम देंगे, obviously उनके आंखों पे तो स्ट्रेन पड़ेगा ही. That is one part. But at the same time, you will not realize, but later on it will create a huge issue for them as they grow up. Because in fact, as I said, many cases, as I was telling you, since I've worked with teenagers, the major issue parents come up with है, पढ़ता नहीं है, हमेशा मोबाइल पे बैठा रहता है, या तो PUBG में that gaming is going on or some other gaming is going on. So that is the kind of challenges which parents are facing, and that is all who has kind of instilled those. और वो conditioning कहाँ से हुई है? Parents की वजह से हुई ना. क्या जरूरत थी आपको बच्चे को बहुत जल्दी मोबाइल देने की? Yeah, set a time limit. It's very important. Even if you're giving, set a time limit. Now I understand सब जगह virtual learning हो गया, online learning है, gamification है. I'm not saying it is bad, but you need to set a time limit. कि आप अभी चलो online school, अभी जैसे for example, we are also connected because we are online, right? Otherwise, I would have done a face-to-face program, but वो face-to-face program में people would have had to come from different places and ये वो. I'm not saying online is bad. I'm not saying virtual is bad. What I'm saying is, if it is used for the right purpose and with the right intention, it is perfectly all right. But again, as parents, you need to set a deadline. कि दिन में चलो आधा घंटा, एक घंटा बस. Beyond that, the child may cry, do whatever he or she likes. Don't encourage. And खाने के time पे, as much as possible, avoid it. Because then their focus should be on discussion. Maybe if you have it as a family, खाना अगर family as a family you have food together, you talk to each other. That is an opportunity for you to connect with each other. Because as they grow, just mark my words, they will be busy with their life. You will struggle to connect with them. You will struggle to communicate with them. So अगर ये पार्ट आप कर पाओ तो अच्छा है. Where you are able to encourage communication, where they share उनके साथ दिन में क्या हुआ, आप शेयर करो आपके साथ दिन में क्या हुआ. And as I said, encourage them to share their feelings. And how can you encourage them? By sharing your own feelings with them. If you are worried, if you are scared, if you are feeling stressed about something, please feel free to share that with them. Let them know there is no harm, because let them know that everybody goes through, and if they are going through, it is okay for them to share and communicate with you. That is important, right?
Right.
Yeah, great. Okay, anything else? Anjani, you want to ask anything? Okay, great. Okay. Okay, so I think if there's anything else, you can always ask me, or maybe if you want, you can ping me. You all have my number. That's not a problem at all. And wish to know more, as I said, I will be putting a form in the group. Please feel free. I would like to get your feedback on what is it that you would want in that particular program, because I'm working on something which can go like, as I said, at least 20 hours is what I'm looking at, which can make this journey of parenting more enjoyable. And whatever I have learned through my profession and my personal experiences is something which I'm going to make it more of a task oriented thing, where you are able to learn and implement that in your parenting journey. So that will have for different stages. Yes, it is more of the basics or the foundations of parenting, which can be incorporated or instilled for every age group, irrespective of a 2-year-old or a 20-year-old, as I said. So generally, we look at parenting up to from the 2 to the school going age. I mean, that's the time we struggle when children enter the teenage. That's a huge transition for us as parents as well as the child. So until then, maybe 16, 17-year-old is what I would be looking at. So let's see on how I can, but then I will be putting in some questions where I would like you to share your honest feedback, so that I can make this a very enriching program for parents, existing as well as future parents as well. Right? So anything else you would like to share, please go ahead, or we can wind up. Done? Okay. Thank you so much for attending the program and making it an engaging session. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.